Us to stop this being a cricket score, change the formation, get those wing backs, Seamus and Christie playing in those positions, help the defenders, but they can bomb forward. They want to bomb forward.
OK, let's get back to Keith Andrews and Bill Leslie.
Well, the buzz around the Wales fans here at half-time about one of the best attacking displays they've seen from their side, certainly since the European Championships back in 2016. 3-0 up at half-time, more than good value for that. No half-time changes to either side, so it looks as if Ireland are going to stick with what they had in the first half in terms of personnel and in terms of formation, Keith.
Well, it's tricky half-time team talk for Martin O'Neill, because you do try and get after this Welsh side and gamble a little bit. We gambled enough with the starting lineup and not playing a holding midfielder. The spaces between the two banks of four, which Brooks is picking up now, has been too much. It really has. It's been difficult for the Irish players to lay a glove at all on their Welsh counterparts.
You'd expect a little bit more physicality from the Irish in this second half to get about Wales.
Well, they need to. You mentioned the yellow card. Far from the last two encounters that we witnessed between these two sides. It's a bit of flying the wall at half-time in that dressing room.
Duffy gets the better of Lawrence on that occasion. Wales get the throw. Not the first competitive goal that Tom Lawrence has got for his country. He scored a very important winner against Georgia. That was just under a year ago. Also scored in a friendly against Panama. He's made it 3 for his country with the first of Wales's 3 tonight. Robinson trying to get into the path of Ward to come forward. Ramsey spotting and finding Bale. Callum O'Dowda. I was going to say he was eased out of the way, but he was more bulldozed out of the way by Aaron Ramsey.
Yeah, shown good composure on a few occasions. O'Dowda, it's important. He's got that in his locker. Looked up initially. John Walters wasn't particularly on. Aaron Ramsey just takes him out.
Duffy. Irish captain Seamus Coleman.
You can see Shane Duffy looking up as to wanting the options. It's a stark contrast to an Ashley Williams. Mepham get on the ball for Wales. Again, cheap possession lost.
Brooks has it back for Wales this time. Lawrence. Ben Davis. And Perdue. Almost the first time this evening he's misplaced the pass. He's not afraid to take them on. Lawrence now. Seeking Bale, who'd made that far post run. Leave it to me, says Gareth Bale, and Connor Roberts obeys. Robinson. Ward. Ireland edging up the pitch. Robinson carrying them that way. Ward's cross. Williams comes across and may have prevented the corner, but it went into his man anyway. So Wales do have a set piece to defend here.
Well, it's a little bit more intent and composure shown from Ireland down the left-hand side. Robinson dropping a little bit deeper. Stephen Ward getting forward. Gives him yet another opportunity. Able to capitalise on these in the first half.
Plenty of height on that, maybe too much height. There was an Irish head on it. Out to Shane Duffy, but no power to get away past Hennessy.
So much loft on the ball, he's got to do so much. Ashley Williams in close proximity.
Looked to strike back straight away. Aaron Ramsey, the judge to have clipped the heels of Kieran Clark.
Aaron Ramsey saying it's only a little touch to make Kieran Clark go down, lets him off the hook. But again, the intent is there to close down high up the pitch. It's a seal of approval from Ryan Giggs.
Tamely surrendered possession on that occasion by Hurahan. And having said there were no yellow cards, that might change here. A meaty challenge on Gareth Bale, and there we have the first booking of the night.
Well, it's Kieran Clark. Got the vision. The referee clearly sees it. Just goes to spin into the channel. Kieran Clark steps across him, stops Gareth Bale in his tracks. It's a good spot from the referee, top of the screen, steps across him, finds himself in the book.
Davis. Ampadu. Finding Davis. Here's Ramsey. Brooks. Back to Aaron Ramsey. He shouldn't really have been able to get another bite at it there, but he was first to it, quickest to react. Lawrence now for Wales. Davis. This is Cyrus Christie. Walters up against Meckham. Walters cross to Robinson. This wouldn't come down for him. There's Ampadu to break it up. Shields it well and clears it away. Excellent play by the 17-year-old.
Sounds such responsibility playing that role. More defensive of him. And Joe Allen picks up a good position in the composure. Wants to be rash when he's in. Penalty box. It was a good bearing for that from Ireland. John Walters down the right-hand side. Supported by Callum Robinson and Cyrus Christie.
Lawrence helps it on to Brooks. But Roberts busting out to get forward to provide an option wide. And so there's Brooks. That's the other way. Lawrence. Roberts. Back to Lawrence. Ring round the Cardiff City Stadium as Bale unleashes one. Robinson. Walters. Christie. Coleman. Good ball in towards Robinson. Not for the first time. His manager will feel he should have done better.
Conor Roberts just about does enough here. Seamus Coleman head up, knows exactly what to do, lifts it into an area above Ashley Williams. Conor Roberts just eases into him, make sure he doesn't get as clean a head as he would have wanted. And Ben, it's better. There's a couple of attacks from Ireland showing a little bit more intent.
Ramsey to Bale. Lawrence. Bale. Oh, what a beautiful move! Rounded off by Connor Roberts. This is some evening Wales are having. Connor Roberts, who never scored a senior goal before that, has Wales's fourth.
Well, yet again, it's another magnificent strike. This time, it's Connor Roberts. Could have scored in the first half. A flying header. Bale on the left-hand side. Constant threat. Drives inside. Gets it back. Once he gets it back, what about this for a first-time ball? First touch sets it up. The confidence has been oozing through this Welsh side all night long. And when your 22-year-old right back takes on an effort like this when he had a pass to his right, it says it all.
Well, he's been quite muted with his celebrations of the previous three, Ryan Giggs, but as you say, Keith, when that happens, you know that something special is happening in terms of a performance and a plan coming together.
So what the people at home won't be able to see is obviously what's happening behind these attacks that Wales are having time and time again. Fullbacks bombing on. There's a real organisation.
Oh, that is classy by Ramsey, leaving Duffy on the deck. Pops it back to Gareth Bale. Bale.
Martin O'Neill needs to short things up very, very quickly before this becomes very embarrassing. Ramsey foraying before that beautiful bit of skill. He just tries to dink it. First touch, not great from Bale. Tries to dink it towards that far corner. A standing start.
Well, they've seen some pretty special sights from their national side over recent seasons. This is right up there with them, what Ryan Giggs and his side are putting on here. What can he do to stop the Welsh torrent of attacking football?
Well, can you deal with having players like Rice, Arthur, McLean, Long, Robbie Brady, James Martin, McCarthy, Sean Maguire, Scott Hogan? Can you deal with those type of losses? Obviously not, but I do think it could have been set up in a way that's certainly more difficult to break down. Played into the Welsh hands at times with the amount of spaces and opportunities that Ireland have given them this evening.
Stephen Ward has jarred his knee by the look of things. This is how he did it.
Well, he missed some games at the end of the season. He's got a little procedure done on his knee. Long-standing issue. He does have to manage very, very carefully. It certainly didn't look great. The physio says to hang on for it a couple of seconds to see can he patch it up and get on with it.
He's bringing up 50 caps for the Republic of Ireland tonight. Stephen Ward. Is it going to come to a premature end? What it does do is give his teammates a bit of a breather, because that was a sensational little spell of football that Wales had, scoring that fourth and threatening to get a fifth.
Well, it's the manner in which they're playing with Wales, the confidence, the rotations, the little give and goes, the directness, running beyond. Good little give and go from Bale, heavily involved yet again as he plays it into Lawrence. Look at the space that Lawrence has as it comes back to him. First time, recognises where's the spare man. Could have slid in Brooks, doesn't need to, takes it on himself, dispatches it well.
Sean Williams, who has been stripped and ready, but he's He'll be joined on that by Enda Stevens in a moment. Another effort to shore things up. Enda Stevens coming on for just his second cap and his first competitive cap. The Sheffield United man.
Like-for-like replacement. Enda Stevens, a good season, a couple of seasons with Sheffield United since his arrival from Portsmouth, and a disappointing night for Stephen Ward, mentioned on his 50th cap.
Quite often when you have a side in a competitive international that is 3-0 up, they'll consolidate, look to sit back and keep hold of what they've got. It's not an inkling that that's in the thinking of Ryan Giggs and Wales, is that? And Purdue releases Bale, who was just offside. What a finish that was anyway, into the top corner, but it's all in vain.
Again, sums up the way Wales have played at Purdue, so comfortable in possession. It's only a matter of a yard or two. Again, willingness to run in behind, to create space. It's been a joy to watch for Welsh fans this evening. It really has. Ryan Giggs' first competitive game, the fluidity and energy that they played with.
Well, there's two sides to every coin. Wales have been vibrant, scintillating. The Republic of Ireland have not been their usual selves here tonight. They've been a little below par, but they have been made to pay for it in very heavy style. Robinson, penalty comes. He didn't get there first time, did second. Davis limps away. His goalkeeper might have landed on him. Moments in front of goal as far as Martin O'Neill's side concerned. Well, the two most significant both falling to Callum Robinson first half, where he blazed over the bar, and a header in the second half.
Finds himself on the left at the moment. He stayed there. Very versatile player. Better, in my opinion, on either of the wings. It's predominantly there for Preston North End. They'll doubt it now, gone into a more advanced midfield position. The way we felt the side may well set up tonight.
Bale. And Purdue. 4 goals for Wales, 4 different scorers for Wales. Lawrence, Bale, Ramsey and Roberts. Excellent spell of possession from Wales as they move forward up the pitch. Allen and Purdue.
The confidence is just oozing through the Welsh players' veins. And Purdue, beginning of this long sequence of passes, there's a left-sided centre-half, drops into midfield, and he finds himself on the right. His awareness of where to pick up positions like now really does belie his years.
It's inch perfect for Davis, who looks for Brooks. An Irish touch, and normal services resumed for Wales. Bale. Lawrence. Excellent turn from Lawrence, and he's laid it back here to Joe Allen, who wants to get in on the act. Davis, Brooks, back to Davis, who's in behind Christie. Hendrick fouled by Gareth Bale. What a spell that was for Welsh possession. Ireland finding it very hard to get close to them.
So impressive the way we're moving the ball around. With the extra man in midfield now, just shuffling across, trying to nullify what Wales are doing. But the movement, tempo has been so impressive. It's very difficult to deal with.
Wales and Ryan Giggs are getting ready to make their first change of the evening. Oh, it's lost out here and clipped in. Republic of Ireland have one back. Sean Williams capitalising on some overconfidence from Wales. Aaron Ramsey giving it away. And Ireland are on the score sheet here.
Sean Williams to the pitch for Conor Horan, pressing a little bit higher. Aaron Ramsey. You play in these types of areas, you have to be secure in possession. How well did he take it? Shows all the composure in the world after pickpocketing Aaron Ramsey. Waits for Hennessy to go down, just lifts it over him. So to wait a long time for international recognition. Sean Williams, very reliable performer from Millwall, truly deserves this opportunity.
Just his second cap, he has his first goal, and the warm applause, the standing ovation, in fact, that you can hear from the Cardiff City Stadium is to applaud the efforts of Ethan Ampadu, who has shone as bright as any out there tonight. And another competitive debut handed out to another teenager. Matthew Smith comes on for his first competitive taste of Welsh action.
Straight into the action. Strong tackle. Opportunity it is for the young man yet again. Big showing, age does not matter to him. Both ends of the spectrum. Spoke about it in the build-up to the game. Obviously got his opportunity at a very tender age. On the flip side of that, he's playing right up until the age of 40.
It's a template that suited Welsh football very well over recent years. John Toshak giving a lot of young players a debut. He went on to get all the way to the semi-finals. Smith at the heart of that Welsh attack, which is repelled. Bale. Metham. Metham. 5 years ago, when he was playing in a Sunday Reserve League for North Greenford in London, Chris Metham didn't think he'd be receiving a pass on the international stage from Gareth Bale.
Well, he's another huge success story for Brentford Football Club. The way they recruit, how they nurture young talented players, he suits them down to the ground with the way they play. He's slotted in here absolutely seamlessly.
Well, the fact that Ryan Giggs has left James Chester, a stalwart at the back, out to accommodate him, again an illustration of the faith that he's put in the young Brentford player. Davis, Lawrence, here's Smith. O'Dowda. Here's Robinson. Stevens has continued his run forward. Robinson's cross. Seamus Coleman The skipper leading the charge, but that may leave them open at the back. Allen. Smith. Lawrence. Gale showing where he wants it. He's got it there. Test for Stevens, which he passes. Calling up Gareth Bale. Winning the ball back for Ireland.
Just always options on for Wales. Joe Allen receives the ball in a deeper position. Hunger for players to show, give them those angles.
Allen taking it from the wrong place. Well, Joe Allen is the one who's dropped a little deeper to play the role that Ampadu was playing before his departure.
Personnel slightly changed with Ampadu coming off, Smith coming on. What's changed in terms of the style, especially with passes like that.
Davis, Ramsey. Seamus Coleman, good burst forward from him. Still going, the Irish captain. Robinson. Stevens outside him. O'Dowda just to his right. Hendrick. And as much as there was promise in the build-up, there was precious little threat in the cross from Enda Stevens.
Well, it's not like him. His delivery is only a lot better than that.
Brooks. Smith. Davis.
Slightly dropped from Wales, content to keep possession, wait for the right opportunity. The movement ahead of the ball though, still impressive at times. Rotations of Ramsey dropping deeper, Lawrence running in beyond. Brooks now finds himself as a number 10. Very, very impressive the way they've gone about their business tonight, Wales.
Early goals, and that the outcome of this one seemed pretty clear from early on. There is a big test for Wales against a pretty good Denmark side. We missed it earlier, confirmation that Denmark will be playing their big guns in the game on Sunday in Aarhus, and that will be an interesting test of exactly what the credentials are of Ryan Giggs' side. May well have this in mind with the changes. It looks like Gareth Bale is going to come off and be replaced in a moment. He's kept that one in. Swept away by Duffy. And the young Leeds United striker Tyler Roberts will come on for a Welsh debut. And Wales' all-time top scorer, who's added to his tally in spectacular style tonight, exits stage right.
Well, he's certainly enjoyed his evening, hasn't he? And central to everything Wales have done really well. This goal pretty much summed it up for him. Quality player. Clearly enjoying the new regime. Ryan Giggs, a slightly different role, you would suggest, as well, from the previous manager.
There are many vagaries about the Nations League, but as far as these two nations are concerned, success within this competition between now and December will mean promotion out of Group B, which is the second tier of nations outside the top seeds. It'll mean promotion into the next Nations League, where you'll be playing against the big guns of European football. That's something that Ryan Giggs stated is what he wants for this Wales side, to test themselves against the best on a more regular basis. Well, they've got Spain coming here to Cardiff, and actually to the Principality Stadium, as it is now, the old Millennium Stadium. First time in a long time since Wales will have played a game there. That's up and coming in the friendly window that they have ahead of hosting Denmark here, and the trip to Dublin, their remaining games. Here's Lawrence now for Wales, popping it up for Ramsey. Tyler Roberts. This is Smith.
Yet again, like a knife through butter. Brooks fizzing the ball into Lawrence, coming in from the left-hand side. Ramsey, composure, tries to dink it back post as it comes back out. Controlled effort by Smith. How often do we see those fly over the bar? Doesn't get the direction he would have wanted.
Final change for Martin O'Neill will be made. Callum Robinson comes off to be replaced by Daryl Horgan. A competitive debut for Daryl Horgan. All 4 previous caps that the Hibernian man picked up came in friendly matches. The other fact that is at play in the Nations League for these two is better seedings when the draw for the actual qualifying matches start early next year. And on the flip side, you finish bottom of the group and you will go down to the tier below and play against the third-ranked nations.
Of course, goal difference will play a part. You'd have to put Wales well and truly in the driving seat as early a stage as it is, especially with what's gone on in the Danish camp this week.
Nice touch from the Welsh fans paying tribute to the recently retired Hal Robson-Kanu. Of course, provided one of the memorable recent moments of Welsh football. Could be another here. Tyler Roberts stinging the palms of Darren Randolph, who prevents them getting a fifth and him getting a first for his country.
Shows such composure here, Tyler Roberts. Smith starts the attack off. He drives inside. Tyler Roberts gets a little bit of luck. And the composure here, just drop it, get it back. Fizzes it. Randolph, good save. He should have done better. Looking for the bottom corner. Gives Randolph a chance. Parries it to safety.
Hungry for more, the new Wales manager. Brooks will take. Cleared away. As far as Ramsey. Smith. Brooks. Now Seamus Coleman for Ireland. To Christie. Ashley Williams. Roberts. Challenge was from O'Dowda to break it up. But still no respite for the Republic of Ireland at the back as Wales press.
Been a difficult evening. Cyrus Christie before that, no real options. In the first half, it's a stark contrast to what Wales are doing. Players getting on the ball, there's 2-3 options nearly every time they get on it. Seamus Coleman here having to forward something. It's never quite easy for them to try and conjure anything up.
Ramsey's won it back. It's one of the features, one of the many features to admire about Wales's play tonight is the way they've won it back, Keith, in those sort of situations.
That's a slight difference to what we would have seen under Chris Coleman as well. Large parts. Obviously, it was a different system, back three, stroke back five. You would often see them retreat. It'd be very, very difficult to break down. Clearly, Giggs wants them on the front foot, both in and out of possession.
Confident touch from Lawrence in towards Allen. Connor Roberts, corner for Wales.
Slick play yet again. It's got forward so well. Connor Roberts from right back.
Ben Davis gets the last 10 minutes off. And Paul Dummett will be his replacement. He felt himself marginalised under Chris Coleman and made himself unavailable, but he's back in the fold to win his third cap for his country now. Paul Dummett, regular for Newcastle in the Premier League. Such good variety with Brooks seeing his shot turned behind.
It's just the freedom that they're given. Lawrence, Brooks combining, short corner, simple overlap. His favourite left foot gets a shot, forcing for Ireland. Shane Duffy gets right in the way of it.
Brooks goes low with the corner. Ramsey, fresh out from Lawrence, but Wales still have it. Allen sends it back to Brooks. Brooks still going. Able to intercept the ball that was intended for Dummett. Dummett's got back at Seamus Coleman. No foul, says the French referee.
He's one player that's kept going. Seamus Coleman tried to make things happen, tried to set the tone. Too often tonight, second best, a yard minimum, short in most departments.
Attractive watch, aren't they? Wales with the new faces and the old, and we will see how they get on in their next Nations League match. That's on Sunday out in Aarhus in Denmark, 4:30 on the Sky Sports Football Channel. Plenty of thinking for Martin O'Neill to do before the Republic of Ireland are back in action. That's on Tuesday, 7:40. You can see their trip to Poland on Sky Sports Mix. Given plenty to sing about tonight, the Red Wall. And for the first time since February 1992, just over 26 years ago, they will have beaten Wales, a Republic of Ireland side. Mark Pembridge scored the goal in a 1-0 friendly win in Dublin for Terry Yorath's side. Unbeaten in 8 meetings since then, the Republic of Ireland, including so significantly the last time they were here just 11 months ago. Well, a different outcome today.
It may well have been the unanimous decision. Welsh public, Ryan Giggs. First competitive game. It's really been vindicated. Lots of players, style to be looking forward to seeing in the coming months and years, hopefully from their perspective. Impressive first competitive outing.
Well, he did have 3 friendly matches before this. More on that in a moment, because Brooks has seized control here for Wales and might look to add another. He does. Shot blocked away by Clark. Allen.
Got into those areas time and time again, Wales, whether it's been Brooks, Lawrence, Bale when he was on the pitch. Obviously, as we know, too easy to get through Norris team. Very unlike them, difficult to break down. It simply hasn't been the case tonight.
It's not every international window that Martin O'Neill will have so many absentees for one reason or another, but 8 players who he could reasonably have expected to call on unavailable here. There's the Declan Rice situation, which he will hope will be resolved favourably sooner rather than later. Martin O'Neill, a player like him would certainly make a difference. What Horgan looks to do, placed it in the general direction of the Wales goal.
Declan Rice would have played the Ethan Ampadu role for Ireland tonight.
Tyler Roberts working it back to Brooks. Here's Brooks. Well, he was licking his lips. But Enda Stevens came across to deny his former Sheffield United teammate.
Yet again, yards short. Tyler Roberts, something like snow, hasn't he, up front, and Brooks had Ramsey to his right. What a crucial challenge that is from Enda Stevens. Leaves Ramsey, gets across, slightly gets away from him. Crucial block.
Metham saying where he wants it. It'll fall to Brooks to put it there. Ashley Williams attacked it. Took a little bit too much of his man. Free kick, Ireland. The 3 previous matches he had a thumping win over China, a defeat to Uruguay in that tournament in China, goalless draw with Mexico just ahead of the World Cup. All he said throughout those as he had a look at a lot of the younger players who made their full competitive debuts tonight was that he wanted his players to express themselves, to play like they were enjoying themselves, and well, that has certainly borne fruit here tonight. Scintillating display from Wales, the best in many a month, you certainly have to say that.
We spoke before the game, we spoke in the opening couple of minutes about the stark contrast that builds up to this game for both nations. It was seamless, was it? Seemed like perfection, the introduction of young players. It's made some big calls, you have to say, with the starting lineup. Ryan Giggs leaving out some firm favourites, the likes of Gunther, Ledley, James Chester, playing so well at Aston Villa, and he has opted for youth, and they haven't let him down. And the flip side of that for Ireland, testing times looks so positive for Wales. The future simply cannot be said for Ireland.
Ramsey done it. Joe Allen. Horgan for the Republic of Ireland. Try and bear a bit more of the damage inflicted on them. They won't get a chance to do that there. Here's Ramsey. been showing that he wants to carry on in an attacking vein. He's continued his run into this left wing area.
Look what happened when Mepham went forward. Young Matthew Smith just drops in, shows that maturity. Again, we've seen it from Ampadu before Smith comes into the fold. Maturity really does define our years.
Here we go into 5 added minutes. The fields of Athenry that's echoing around the Cardiff City Stadium. A small wedge of green in the corner, making themselves heard, showing great support, as they always do on the road. It's been a pretty chastening night for the boys in green overall. Hendrick to Horgan. And Enda Stevens. Connor Roberts trying to get back at him. A bad ball across the face of goal. It's come all the way through to Christie. Here's Dummett. Tyler Roberts. Losing out to the experienced Seamus Coleman. Slides Smith. Hendrick for Ireland. And Horgan.
Nice link up before that from Horgan. Trying to make an impression. It was a huge part of why he moved to Hibs, to get more game time. And Stevens, good ball towards Walters. And really cause Wales any problems.
What's happened here tonight. I know that the Republic of Ireland are depleted, but it's only 3 years since they last lost an away competitive game. They were unbeaten in all 5 away games in the group stage of World Cup qualifying, and of course got that draw in the first leg in Denmark, which is forgotten to what happened in the second. I mentioned how long it's been since Wales have managed to beat them. We all know what did to Wales coming here and winning no mean feat, spelling the end effectively of Chris Coleman's journey with his country. And they have been put to the sword in the grand manner by Wales tonight.
They've absolutely deserved it. It's so impressive the way they've gone about approaching this game. It's in a brave fashion. Ramsey being caught in possession. It's the way they want to play that may well happen. To be more secure, obviously, in those areas of the pitch.
The offside flag goes up on the far side to deny any Wales hopes of adding a fifth. Immediately, anyway, time running out for them to do so as the clock ticks on the 5 minutes of added time. Christie fouling Smith.
Didn't come off on that occasion, still trying to do the right things. Brooks dropping deeper. Again, rotations into Lawrence, couldn't quite get the pass. Tempo, obviously, the stage of the game, last 10 minutes or so, severely dropped. What we've seen for much of the game.
pressing down on Joe Allen. Well, what a night it has been for Wales and Ryan Giggs, the start of his journey in competitive football at the helm of his country, and it could not have gone a lot better. They were absolutely scintillating at times, Wales tonight, as they clocked up 4 goals. Lawrence started it off, Gareth Bale got the second, and Aaron Ramsey 7 minutes before half-time. Wales effectively had it won by the break. They added a 4th, Connor Roberts' first senior goal. They could have had many, many more. A small element of consolation from the Republic of Ireland as Sean Williams got his first goal for his country. But tonight is all about Wales. What a future lies ahead of Ryan Giggs if this is a taste of what's to come. A thumping win here tonight against the Republic of Ireland by 4-1.
And yes, it really couldn't have gone any better for Ryan Giggs in his first game in charge of Wales.